So Redbox went bankrupt about 6 months ago, but we later found out that not only could you still buy DVDs off of former employees, you could even still get movies directly from the Redbox kiosks. So in this video, we'll take you through the entire Redbox saga and show you everything we discovered about them over the last 6 months.
Redbox is officially dead, so I bought 160 old Redbox DVDs, and in this video, we're going to unbox them, check them out, and just take a trip down memory lane. So if you don't know who Redbox is, they're basically a company that has these little kiosks where you can rent DVDs, Blu-rays, games, that sort of thing. At least back in the day you could. And yeah, so I bought a bunch of these DVDs on eBay. Let me just go ahead and open up a package and see what's inside. I should have like 80, oh my gosh, we should have like 80 in this box, 80 in the other box, for a total of 160. And yeah, you can just see there's a million discs in here. I actually don't know if they all work or not, or what kind of condition they're in, but let's just start taking them out, I guess. And I'm kind of curious, like basically I got all these on eBay. I don't know where the eBay seller got them from. I guess like a liquidation of a Redbox kiosk in the past. I really don't know. I don't know what they're doing with all the Redbox kiosks. Like I'm assuming they're gone at this point. I actually have not checked yet. But let me just go ahead and take some of these DVDs out and just take a look through them, see what we got here. I don't know if any of these are Blu-rays. I think they're all just DVDs, but we got Sick, never heard of that. In the description of the eBay listing, they had a list of the movies included. I kind of looked through it a little bit, but some of them I had heard of, some of them I had not. And this one actually looks pretty good. I expect a lot of these to be very scratched up because they are rental DVDs. And actually, oh, that's pretty cool. So there's actually a specific DVD for rental, I guess, for some movies. So 12 strong here, says rental on the bottom, which I don't know. I think that's just kind of neat. Disc looks really nice. And I think these are honestly like, I don't know if I call them collector's item, but they kind of are. I mean, Redbox is gone. So just like having one of these Redbox cases is kind of cool. And they're honestly, they're solid cases. They're flexible, small, and they hold games, DVDs, that sort of thing. So this here, we also got Renfield, which I actually saw a couple years, or maybe it was like a year ago. Not a great movie, but yeah, another DVD that looks really good. It's honestly pretty surprising. And yeah, here's another one with a rental thing. We also got Top Gun Maverick, which is cool. It's a great movie from a few years ago. And yeah, so far all DVDs, and my goodness, like they look perfect. Where did these come from? I can't imagine rental DVDs looking this good. Like I just imagine somebody, like look at the outside of these cases. Like this one's like all yellowed, it's all beat up and stuff. And somehow you open it up, and I bet the disc looks perfect. Let me check. And yep, sure enough it does. And actually, that just reminded me when I opened up this case, it says well, the other one said check out redbox.com. Let me go ahead and show you what redbox.com shows us now. Yeah, let's just search it up. So you search Redbox, you click on the link, nothing. Oh, there it is. All right, it says the connection is not private. So it was like, I checked like the day after they announced they were shutting down and the Redbox website was just gone. I think Redbox even has a streaming service now where those people who were subscribed to that kind of got hung out to dry. I think you could even buy movies through their digital and like have digital movies. So those are just like gone now. So just it's really, just saying why you should buy physical. I mean, plenty of people I'm sure just lost tons of digital movies through Redbox. And we got Captain Marvel, 80 for Brady. Is that like a Tom Brady movie? What is this? It's so funny just even seeing this many DVDs that were like, these are like fairly new movies. Like this one says 2023. Top Gun Maverick was like 2021 maybe. That Renfield was like 2023. Captain Marvel is pretty recent as well. And they're all just DVDs. They're not Blu-rays, DVDs. And it's just like, I guess people are still watching DVDs. Just interesting. Oh, what is this? This is like a mystery one right here. Oh, it's Dune. Oh, that's kind of cool. It looks like, I guess that's how it's supposed to look. Now, looking at the back, oh, that one's actually a little bit dirty, but still just not bad. When there's just so much in here. Plane, Babylon, Mile 22, Monster Truck, Running with the Devil. There's one here I saw, Megan. I saw that back in the day. That's so random. Most of these are like new movies or fairly new movies from the last like 5 years. We got Wolf of Wall Street, which is like from 2013, I want to say. And it looks pretty good. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I was about to say, I wonder if these cases are actually different. And there are a few different varieties of cases. So we have this Redbox here, which I imagine is newer. This one looks older, which makes sense because Wolf of Wall Street, that's 2013. That's the old case. Yep, that's the one I remember from back in the day. Back when it was like peak. 2013, I think I actually just looked it up, and that was like the peak of Redbox. I remember back in like middle school, high school, when I was, even before 2010, when I was using Redbox a lot, and it was just my family would go and buy Redbox movies, or not buy, I mean rent them, obviously, and games. Oh, that reminds me. One time, I wish I had I might actually have a photo of it somewhere. I'll never find it, but I went to Redbox, like a local CVS or whatever, and rented some random Madden game I was going to play for one night because I was bored. And I opened it up, and sure enough, you pop open the little case here, and there wasn't a disc inside. There was a piece of paper cut out in the shape of a disc, and it was literally like somebody had taken the disc and photocopied it and printed it out, and then like cut it out and put it in here. And it worked. I mean, like, I got scammed. So congrats to you. Cocaine Bear, dude. I remember. Wait, oh, this is a Blu-ray. Yo. Yes, so they're not all DVDs. There are Blu-rays here. Yo, let's go. I think it's the first Blu-ray I've seen. Most of the other ones have been DVDs, or all of them have been DVDs. I don't think there's really a difference in the case. Yeah, the case looks exactly the same. That's interesting. Cocaine Bear is from a couple of years ago, and it's got like the old case. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I have no idea how these got cases. Paddington 2 rental. I just love that. I actually love the rental thing right there. Champions. Here's another copy of another copy of Renfield, and this one's Blu-ray. Maybe the other one was Blu-ray too. I don't actually remember. But this is definitely Blu-ray. Let me take a look at this. Yep, that looks pretty good. Oh, yo, we got the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yes, DVD. Yeah, boy. And it looks solid. Beauty. Wait, what? Is this I guess this must be like a new Beauty and the Beast. This is from 2017. Unless they just remade the old one, like, you know, like remastered or whatever. It is a Blu-ray. Or maybe I think there was a live action Beauty and the Beast, maybe. Let me know down below if you know about that. Oh, blast, dude. I just saw this in the theater like 6 months ago. Last Voyage of the, how did you say that word? Demeter? I can't remember how to say it. It was a fine movie. I don't know, it was fine. I ate a whole bucket of popcorn. This whole experience here is not only nostalgia for Redbox, but my local theater actually just shut down yesterday, which is just, it's like a local Regal. So that's adds even more to this nostalgia of just scrolling through here or panning through here and seeing old movies. You know, we got Venom. Oh, another Blu-ray, Violent Night. Oh, here's Violent Night again on DVD. Unhinged. Zombie. Oh, yes. I love the Zombieland movies. Oh, nice. They got Soul. I like this movie. It's a good little Pixar movie. It looks like it's a DVD in pretty nice condition. I'm still just like shocked that all of these are actually in such nice condition. Daddy's Home. Yo. And last but not least for this box is Dungeons and Dragons. Nice. All right. Put all these to the side. We still have 80 more to go through and kind of check out. I'm assuming they're going to be I think it's actually completely different movies than the other one, but it's going to be the similar condition, that sort of thing. But before we hop over to that one, I want to plug in a PC, put some games or put some DVDs in, and just see if any of them read up. All right, guys. PC plugged in, monitor plugged in, and you know me. Of course, I have a PC with a disk drive on it, so we can play some physical games. Let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. We'll start out with a Blu-ray disc. We've got Violent Night. This is a Blu-ray disc player, I believe. It's been quite a while since I used it, and I should have an application on here so I can actually play Blu-rays. We'll test it out, see if it loads up. All right, so I have this Power DVD thing, and I think it was loading up. I saw it briefly, and then it came up with the HDCP warning, which I am recording this right now so you guys can watch it. So it probably, I don't know how the whole thing works, but clearly it detected it, and it was going to play if I didn't have this HDCP issue. So we'll assume that works. Let's go ahead and pop that bad boy open. Let's try out a couple more. Next up, we'll try out Strays, which is a DVD, and it looks perfect. Let me just go ahead and see what happens here. And hey, there it goes. I'm not going to show much of it because it's a movie, and I don't want to show that on YouTube. So that is working, though. We'll try out one more now. All right, let's try out Assassin, and it works. Let's go. All right, nice. All right, let's put all this stuff to the side and take out our other box of 80 DVDs and see what's inside. All right, second box here, and looks same as the first so far, just a million movies lined up. Let's go ahead and start taking a look at what we got in here. We got Secret Life of Pets, nice. That's, it's got the rental thing as well. DVD, Old Henry, House Party Again, DVD. Oh, and Black Adam's a Blu-ray as well. Nice. There's actually a lot more Blu-rays in here than I expected. I'm pretty sure the listing just said DVD, so it's not super obvious when you look at the front of the DVD or Blu-ray whether it's a Blu-ray or not, unless you like look closely and see the Blu-ray logo, but it's just not apparent at first glance. But we also got Call of the Wild. Oh, we got another Super Mario Bros. Nice. I'm waiting for a Super Mario Bros. Blu-ray. That would be sick, but no, this is a DVD as well. Wonder Woman Blu-ray. Nice. Oh, wait, hold on. We got the rare Blu-ray that has a rental little thing on it. That's cool. And the case is filthy. What in the world? It's like straight up yellow. Like I assume when discs go out of circulation, like it's been too old, they take the disc out, do something with it, and then put a new disc in the old case. Maybe. I honestly have zero idea. Marry Me. What is this? Sheeps and Wolves Pig Deal? I never heard of that before, but it almost feels like there's two. It's just a really thick disc. I thought there was two discs in here, but no, it's just a really thick one. Down to our last 40 DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm actually kind of waiting. It'd be really cool to get a 4K Blu-ray in here. I don't think Redbox actually ever had 4K Blu-rays, but that'd be cool if it just popped up in there. But 80 for Brady, that's another one we saw last time. Yeah, Peppermint, the Emoji Movie. There's an Emoji Movie? What? Oh, The Nun. Oh, no, that's creepy. We got, The First Purge. Hold on. I feel like this is probably not actually the first Purge movie. It's probably like a prequel to the actual first Purge movie they made, but then this one's called The First Purge because it was before the first Purge movie they made, if you know what I'm saying. Last but not least, we got Zootopia, Men in Black, River Wild, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and Blu-ray. Nice. Sing 2, High Heat, And then last but not least, we got Strays on Blu-ray. Nice, dude. And yeah, looks great. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Kind of a blast from the past, nostalgic. Let me know down below if you have any old Redbox memories, Redbox just experiences you want to tell me in the comments. Love to read them. So guys, let me know down below, and I will see you next time.
So Redbox went bankrupt a few months ago, but our local Walmart still has a Redbox kiosk sitting around for some reason. So in this video, we're gonna go check it out and see if it still works. So sure enough, we walked up to the front of this Walmart here and there was actually a Redbox inside. Even more surprisingly, it still seemed to be working. It had the screen on and you could look at all the movies and it seemed totally normal so far. It even let me add a DVD to my card and start the checkout process, but once I got my payment info in there, it kind of just was stuck on this just a sec screen for like, I don't know, a solid minute. But eventually it did pop up with this Redbox is sorry screen, so I guess this one doesn't actually work. But that's all right. According to Google Maps, we still had a few more Redbox locations to try. We tried this Harris Teeter first, but unfortunately their machine was already gone. We then tried a Food Lion that was close to us. Again, Google said there was a machine here, but we couldn't find it. Finally, we tried this second Food Lion in town, and actually this one had not just a Redbox, but one of the outdoor ones with this fancy sunscreen thing. And just like the Walmart location, I was pretty easily able to add a movie to my cart, and I started the checkout process, you know, assuming it wouldn't work, but somehow it was continuing to let me check out. I kind of figured this is where it would finally fail, but eventually it showed this serving up your disc screen and...
What? Now hold on, what's inside of it? Is the disc actually... Okay, all right.
Here it is, guys. It's real. I really did get a Redbox Blu-ray. See, here it is. Black Adam, it actually worked. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. In fact, I was so flabbergasted that I somehow got a real Redbox from an actual Redbox machine here at, 3-4 months, whatever it's been after they went bankrupt. I actually went back to the store and got some more. Does it only let me get 5? Is that how that works?
I guess let's try 5 to start with and see what happens. Make sure nobody sees us, guys. This is a secret.
Yeah, no one can know about this trick. My card's full.
All right, we gotta check out, guys, and we're gonna see if it lets us buy some more. You're at the limit. You can have up to 3 discs. What? All right, I guess you better remove some, you bad boy.
Oh, there it goes.
Email. That went immediately.
There's no way. You can hear it. Oh, you can hear it.
There
Oh,
they are.
There's no way, dude. Let's go.
We amassed quite the collection of Redbox DVDs that we rented from this machine. I don't know. I actually checked later, and it didn't ever send me a confirmation email. It didn't charge the card I used either. So, yeah, we got these DVDs here. Now, I am going to return them. We'll return them later. I will do that just to see what happens. Honestly, here's what we'll do. I'm going to keep, let's see here, Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's keep this one. We'll actually just not return this to the Redbox at all. Maybe in 5 years when the machine actually connects to the internet again, it'll like give us a $5,000 late fee. I don't know. We'll make a video about it if it happens, I promise. But all these ones here, I will actually later today go return these just to see what the machine does. But then after I return these, I think what I want to do is try to buy, I want to see if I can buy the same movies, but if not, if I can't do that, I'll at least buy some movies from the machine. But before I return them, let's just go over them real quick. So the first one you saw that I got earlier is Black Adam. The condition of the disc is totally fine, looks almost new. Probably because no one wanted to watch this movie. By the way, did you guys know that people used to do this scam with Redbox like cases where they'd print out like a little piece of paper that would get read by the machine when they return the disc as, being the actual disc so that, whoever was doing the scam could keep the game or the movie or whatever they had. Just wild that people were getting away with that back in the day. Up next is Pirates of the Caribbean Blu-ray. Disc also looks very good. And then we got the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie for DVD. Disc looks fine. There's some fingerprints on it, but other than that, it's fine. Ooh, the cases seen better days though. Oh man. And then we got the Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature on DVD. Okay. Oh, and it's actually one of those special rental type DVD things. Is there a difference? I don't know. Are these just like a special type of DVD they would give to Redbox or whatever? I have no idea. This disc is not in the best condition. It's got some scratches, some fingerprints. Up next, we got The Girl Who Got Away for DVD, not rated, nice. No idea what this movie is. Disc looks perfect. We got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on DVD. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got some pretty gnarly scratches on there. Hopefully it works. Up next, we got Bad Hombres for DVD. Disc looks pretty decent. And then finally, we got Top Gun Maverick for DVD. Disc has one little scratch on it, but it's not too bad. All right, up next, I'm gonna go test these movies, make sure they all function correctly. If I have anything interesting to note, you'll see it here. Otherwise, we're gonna move on to returning these to this weird ghost Redbox that's somehow still working. So we did indeed go back to this same Redbox to return our movies, but unfortunately when we got there, we saw the screen was like super dim. I have no idea what happened, but we could barely make out what was happening. It actually looks even better on camera than it did in person. But regardless, I eventually found the return button, and sure enough, when I went to actually insert the movie back into the machine, it seemed to work fine. It even had this little message here. I couldn't make out what it said, but it was something like, please wait a sec while we, put the movies back in the machine. So I guess everything internally is also working as you'd expect. Now, originally the plan was that we were gonna like grab and buy the movies that we had already rented just to see if they could like go into the machine and then come back out, and that would all like work fine, but I couldn't see the screen well enough to even find anything. So after enough stumbling around, I did manage to buy some kind of movie. It ended up being Beauty and the Beast for Blu-ray. Honestly, I didn't even know what I clicked on when I pressed the buy button, so glad we got something, I guess. But honestly, this whole predicament, this whole situation here with getting these Blu-rays and the DVDs and stuff from the Redbox, it led me down this rabbit hole, right? I'm here on r/Redbox subreddit. Yeah, that's a real subreddit. I don't know why. It seems like this is actually not as rare of a situation as you would think. There seems to be quite a few of these kiosks that are still allowing people to get movies somehow. Here's a random post I found. This is hilarious. This guy's been like getting Blu-rays and DVDs from some Redboxes and then like making his own cases and artwork to go around them so he can have like an official version, I guess, of all of his movies that he's getting from these kiosks. But these replies essentially go into like this whole thing about how apparently some establishments still have their Redboxes. Like, for now, it seems like Walgreens and Walmart still seem to have most of theirs. But I guess CVS, Circle K, and I'm sure a bunch of other establishments have started to get rid of theirs. But it's honestly kind of sad. I feel like we stumbled into something like at the last possible minute here. The OP here says, yes, at another Redbox about 10 days ago, he found a 4K disc. I found Joker on 4K too, went back to see if they had any additional copies for my brother, and the Redbox had been removed. So I feel like any day now, this Food Lion Redbox could just go poof. Maybe we gotta go talk to the owner of this Food Lion, see if we can take it off their hands. Please, we will happily own a Redbox kiosk and take good care of it. And then there's this whole subgenre on this subreddit of people who are acquiring Redbox kiosks for themselves and then doing all kinds of cursed things to them. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. I think he's trying to like put his own movies in this Redbox kiosk. I have no idea. Here's a video of like the inside of a Redbox kiosk. I've never even thought about what that would look like, but that's really cool. It looks like it's like sorting some stuff or scanning some things. I have no idea. This is awesome. Oh, here's another one with the whole case part open and you can see all the mechanisms inside. This is rad. I love that people are like just taking it to the streets. They're going to get their kiosks and they're doing what they want with them. This post is insane. Former Redbox software engineer. I have complete OS backups if anyone wants them. What? So this guy's like, he's just gotta post the full operating system of your Redbox kiosk. I should install that on a computer. Oh, let me know if you want a video of me installing the Redbox OS on a Steam Deck. I will make it happen. But getting back to the theme of, this video, here's a post that kind of goes over what we're going through. Redbox returns. What do you do when you can't return a rented movie because the machine won't take it? The phone number to customer service doesn't answer. Yeah, it's because they're bankrupt. Basically, the replies are what you think. They basically just say, I guess you own it now. So, and this is the whole thing. Like, what do you do? I don't know. We returned our DVDs like good Samaritans, but this is a company that ain't coming back, folks. They are dead. So you do with that what you will. What the heck? Look at this one. This is just another post. There's so many of these posts. People, just mentioning their closed Redboxes in their towns. But what is this? A blue box? Like, what is this thing? Here's a post called Redbox Heist. Oh my god. My buddies and I found a down Redbox in our town. We took its computer and internet setup. Does anyone know how to bypass Task Manager on Windows 7? What? People plan an elaborate heist to get Redboxes? I feel like you could just ask the business owners and they're probably gonna be like, this thing's been not working for months, please take it. Oh man, in so many of these posts are just sad pictures of places where people remember there being a Redbox and then they just post this empty picture with nothing there. It's It's kind of depressing, honestly. Oh man, here's a photo someone got of the process of them removing the kiosk. Oh, that's so sad. Look at that, they got the kiosk in the trunk. They're taking it somewhere. I hope they're keeping it and gonna play around with it like the fine people on this subreddit, but in all likelihood, it's going to a scrapyard. Here's what I will say. Definitely go to your local Redbox and see if you can buy as many DVDs and Blu-rays as you can, because I don't know how long they're gonna stay around. Like, these businesses seem to be actively trying to get rid of these machines. But anyways, guys, what a journey. Like, holy crap. Let me know down below if you guys end up getting any DVDs or Blu-rays. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. So last week I somehow managed to find a Redbox that still let us rent movies, despite Redbox being bankrupt and having no employees. And in this video, we're gonna go to 25 more Redbox kiosks and see how many of them still let us rent movies. So we started our journey by going back to the original Food Lion where we had got our movies from the last video. And unfortunately the screen was still really dark. We couldn't see much of anything. We did eventually somehow manage to get one DVD copy of Dead for $1. Not a great start, to be honest, but we thought our luck might change if we went to a Walmart in the search for an infamous blue box instead of the normal red box. Unfortunately, all we found was one of these sell your phone station things, which is kind of interesting. Maybe we'll do a video on it. Moving on, we went to a Lowe's Foods next, and this place had a really interesting find. They had a normal Redbox kiosk, but it had a little paper sign over it. It said, "Attention guests, at this time, Redbox services at this kiosk have been discontinued. Thank you for your understanding." The really interesting part is that underneath the paper, you can actually see a Windows 10 start screen. So, I don't know, I kind of want to go back and see if we can, like, play around with it, and maybe we can get in there. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I don't know if that's a good idea, though, because we went to a Circle K next that was, like, right around the corner, and there was this cop that was, like, following us. Little sketch, so maybe not a good idea to go back there. Maybe the cop was guarding this kiosk, but I don't know why he'd be doing that, because it was broken. You could see the card reader was even ripped off, which is pretty funny. Also, this kiosk was completely destroyed. I don't know what was going on to it, but it was not in good shape. Anyway, we went to a Walgreens next, and we found an amazing discovery. A double Redbox kiosk. I know, it's a real thing. The really surprising thing was that the interface on this Redbox was like more modern or something. I don't know, it just looked a little different. It felt a little snappier. The screen was a little nicer, so it was a nice experience actually. We managed to buy 2 DVDs, a Barbie DVD and Toy Story 4 of all things. And then we waddled on over to the second kiosk, and this one wasn't quite as nice. The screen was really dim, but the interface is mostly the same. It was at this point we noticed that we actually could sort the movies by like type, so we could find Blu-rays as opposed to DVDs. This one didn't seem to have any Blu-rays we could actually purchase though. So we settled on renting this time a copy of The Meg for DVD. This next Harris Teeter stop was kind of sad, honestly. We went to find a Redbox. They only had this like pickup section instead for your groceries or whatever. Lame. At this point, we figured we should go back to the tried and true. A Food Lion worked well before. Let's try another one. So we went to another location, and sure enough, they had another kiosk for us. This time around, we did notice we could format the movies to look for 4K Blu-rays, which I didn't even know you could get in a Redbox, but now we had to find one. Unfortunately, all of the 4K Blu-rays at this location were out of stock. We settled on trying to return some movies we had picked up before. We tried to return a movie we had purchased, which we just thought would be pretty funny. That worked fine. We also tried to return a rented movie that we had picked up from another kiosk, and that also seemed to work fine. So it seems like as long as the machine can scan the code, it's gonna be like, yep, you're good to go. We actually then found one of the movies we had returned, but we noticed they actually had it on Blu-ray this time, so we went ahead and picked that up. And we noticed when we were checking out, there was also like this option to try a promo code. So Jacob took some time trying to like, find a code that would somehow work. Not surprisingly, when it tried to connect to the server to verify the code, it just failed. Using his magical powers, we did manage to get 2 more Blu-rays out of this kiosk, 2 more Disney movies. So at this point in the day, we were pretty happy with what we found. We really wanted to find a 4K Blu-ray now, and ideally, we really wanted one of those fake paper insert things people used to use to scam the machines. We decided to be a good time, take a break, get some food, and go over our collection so far. So let me show you what we had at this point. So the first movie we got was Dead for $1, a film by Walter Hill. I've never heard of this. Looks like some kind of Western thing. I have no idea. It's on DVD, so, could be better. We then picked up a copy of Barbie for DVD. At that same location, we also got Toy Story 4 on DVD. And here's where we really found some of the good stuff. We got Finding Dory on Blu-ray. And honestly, from here on, we were just on the hunt. We were like, okay, if we can find Blu-rays, we're going to keep trying to find. That's all we're going to settle for. No more of this DVD nonsense. We also got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on Blu-ray. Awesome. And finally, we got The Nightmare Before Christmas. All-time classic. the GOAT. Love it. And we got it on Blu-ray. Amazing. Back to the discs on all these movies were fine, by the way. The only one that's a little messed up is Toy Story 4. I guess that makes sense. It is a DVD. They tend to scratch real easy, and it's a kid's movie, so you never know what they're going to do with their movies. Either way, the next stop in this journey, absolutely insane. I don't think we'll ever see something like this again. You're not even going to believe it. You'll see. You'll see. We moved on to another food line because we were having success with those so far, and sure enough, we found another Redbox kiosk. We still couldn't find a 4K Blu-ray, unfortunately, but we did pick up 2 more normal Blu-rays, and we also got some spare empty cases because I don't know, why not? The craziest part of this part of the journey, though, was that when we were picking up our discs, we noticed in the background there was a guy waiting for us to be done, and we didn't know what he was doing. Like, was he seriously about to go to the Redbox after we were done with it? And sure enough, we noticed as we were walking away, he had a Redbox in his hand, like a Redbox movie, and was going to drop it off at the kiosk. This absolute legend was returning a Redbox DVD like 3 or 4 months after the company went bankrupt. I mean, I just respect that. He didn't even pick up a movie, by the way. He just dropped his old one off that he had picked up like probably over the weekend or whatever. Unfortunately, our next stop was not as fun. This was maybe the dingiest Redbox we found on our entire journey. Look at this sign. It's completely falling apart. Surprisingly, though, this machine still works somehow despite all its trashiness. We didn't find any good movies. They seem to all be purchased by now. So we settled on trying to rent a Blu-ray from this one instead. Also, I really cannot state enough how bad this card reader is. Look at this. You can't read anything. The whole thing is like crumbling to pieces. How does this even happen? Anyway, we went to a Speedway next, and surprisingly, they actually had a Redbox kiosk. Most of these gas stations, they seem to not have them anymore, but this one, for some reason, was still trucking. Unfortunately, this one didn't work. The card reader was also missing, which is interesting. It also had this really weird phrase on the little advertisement section of the Redbox. It's a disc goose. What does that mean? I don't want to know. Honestly, this is where the whole journey took a bad turn. This CVS we went to didn't have a Redbox, even though Google Maps said they would. Same thing with this Food Lion. The tried and true Food Lion. They let us down. I don't know why. And this Redbox at this Lowe's Foods was so disastrous for the company that they shut down the entire Lowe's Foods store with the Redbox. That's crazy. Fortunately, things started looking up when we went to our next stop, which was a Walgreens, where we found another double Redbox kiosk. Yes! And when we lifted the flap, look at that. It worked, and it was great. I mean, look at the screen. This is so vibrant. I wish I could watch my Redbox movies on this screen. It was so good. As usual, we looked for 4K Blu-rays, but we couldn't find any. Big shame. But we did find normal Blu-rays. We settled on Disney movies because those seem to almost always be in stock if the kiosk had Blu-rays. I don't know why. We were excited to move on to the other half of this double kiosk, but unfortunately the second one didn't work anymore. In fact, this one was so bad, it was broken for so long, it had cobwebs coming out of the disc slot. Like, that's something. We checked out this CVS next, which also didn't exist. Another victim of the Redbox pandemic. There was a Food Lion right around the corner though, and sure enough, there was a Redbox kiosk waiting for us. Unfortunately, the dust had gotten too far into the system and it didn't seem to work anymore. What we really wanted to find at this point was another broken kiosk that was at least broken like an interesting way, like that window screen we saw earlier. So we went up to another Lowe's Foods, and when we got inside, they also had this paper on top of the machine that said it was broken, but this one seemed to be working fine, so I don't know why they had that sticker on it. As soon as we started interacting with the machine though, there was an employee like around the corner who was like eyeing us weird, so we were like, we gotta get our movie and get out of here. So we picked up a copy of Barbie for DVD, and we ran out of that store so fast. We hadn't visited a Walmart in a while though, so we figured we'd give that another try. And when we went inside, we found another kiosk, surprisingly. This one had a little paper thing over it, kind of like that Lowe's. It said, at this time, Redbox services at this kiosk have been discontinued. Underneath though, you could clearly see that the machine was working fine, so I don't know why they're doing this. Big Grocery was trying to stop us from getting the movies, I swear. Despite what the paper said, yeah, the machine worked fine. We were able to buy a movie, no problem, honestly. But in the end, we decided we had to respect the signs, so we went ahead and returned those movies we bought from the kiosks with the signs over them. Anyway, that was the final thing we did for the day, but I want to go over our final haul, the final stack, along with the stack I got over here, the movies I showed earlier. Just look at this. Look at this thick stack of movies. This is amazing. Redbox has been down for many months at this point, and you're still able to go out and get this many movies. Please, do it yourself. Highly recommend. By the way, we still at this point have not gotten charged for any of the purchases or rentals on any of these movies. So just to be clear, I would expect to get charged someday. Eventually, we probably will get charged for all these movies. But that's not why we're doing it. We just want to have as many Redbox movies as possible because we just think that's I don't know, interesting. And if that's the reason you want to go do it, I highly recommend you go do it before it's too late, before all your local Redbox kiosks go away and you can't get movies anymore from them. First off, we got this empty case. Just why not? You put whatever you want in here. It says discard this label. Definitely keeping that. I don't know. It's kind of nostalgic. We got another copy of The Nightmare Before Christmas on Blu-ray, of course. We got the Lion King, the live action one on Blu-ray. We got A Quiet Place, which is in the same Disney Blue, but it's not a Disney movie. But whatever, it's on Blu-ray. That's great, cool. Here we go, though, and another absolute classic, Incredibles 2 on Blu-ray, perfect. We got another copy of The Nightmare Before Christmas on Blu-ray. I love it. I love it. I will buy every copy of this movie I can find, honestly. We got another copy of Toy Story 4, this time upgraded from DVD to Blu-ray. Very nice. We have the somewhat rare rental Blu-ray, yet I really have not seen too many of those, honestly. It's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Martha! We got another copy of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on Blu-ray. And finally, we got Soul on Blu-ray. Great movie. Honestly, what a haul. We checked out something like 23, 24 locations. Of that, I want to say like half of them had kiosks, and of that, like half of those actually still worked. That was better than I expected, honestly. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have a ton of fun making these Redbox videos. Please keep watching them. Like the video, subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. If you didn't know, the company Redbox here in 2024 is completely dead. However, you wouldn't believe it based on what I see on the internet. There are new news articles and Reddit posts and even YouTube videos by yours truly that truly make it seem like Redbox is more alive than ever in some ways. And in this video, I want to go over some of the stories and articles and all the things I've been seeing on the internet over the past few weeks about this dying company. The bigger news article that occurred like a few days ago is that apparently Redboxes are storing all of our credit card info, which if you think about it kind of makes sense. You know, Jacob and I have been going to Redbox kiosks and buying movies and scanning our credit card or whatever, but the machines aren't able to go connect to the internet, so like clearly that information has to be stored somewhere on the machine. But I mean, this is just like one article. This is a crazy thing. I mean, that's already really interesting, right? But I feel like every time I hop on here, I'm finding some other crazy little thing that people are posting about Redbox. You may recognize this person. It looks familiar to me anyway. Look at that. I'm on a real news article. I made it, Mom. Regardless, it's not much of an article. It pretty much just goes over what we did in the video or whatever. I thought it was pretty funny to say, you know, I'm looking up Redbox news. I'm like, wait, that's me. Here's one from 404 Media. Never heard of this, but tinkerers are taking old Redbox kiosks home and reverse engineering them. We talked about this actually like 2 weeks ago. There are people on Reddit, the r/Redbox subreddit. This one right here. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people on this subreddit talk about like working on kiosks at home and stuff. Very interesting. I really hope these people aren't just taking the kiosks. We'll get into this in a little bit. Here's a pretty funny article on How to Geek. The Redbox kiosk can run Doom. Because of course it can. This is related to what I was just talking about. If people are getting these machines at home, they're putting Doom on it. People are putting Doom on pregnancy tests. I mean, they'll do anything. This image is awesome. I don't know. Hey, this is the closest thing to games on a Redbox you're gonna get in 2024. But anyway, going back to Reddit, this r/Redbox subreddit, I love this place. People are just constantly posting the craziest things, the most insane things they're doing to these machines. Let me just scroll for a bit until I find a good one. Got kicked out from Safeway, lol. This person's just saying they were trying to get, as you can see from the photo, my God, what is that? All right, I got a stack of them here. This is, I think 20, so how many is that? This guy's got like 300 movies. That's wild. So this dude's just sitting there at a Safeway, like, just getting movies for like hours, I assume, and he's gone like 3 times. He says third haul. He's just coming in, getting a bunch of movies, not buying anything from the grocery store. Like, come on, dude, you can at least get like a gallon of milk or something. But you know, as funny as this picture is, it does kind of bring on an interesting point, right? I've seen many comments from you guys over the past 2 weeks of videos talking about like, you know, some of you are just laughing about the situation and how you're able to get movies or whatever. Others are misconstruing everything we're saying in the video and saying like, oh, you guys are stealing movies. Like, we're not stealing movies. We're specifically trying to go up and buy them. And it's the Redbox kiosk's fault for not, you know, working essentially. Also, we're buying them, by the way, not renting them. I think I have like one that we're renting and then we'll keep or whatever. I'll get more into that in a bit because the terms on that, by the way, you might not know, but if you rent something for long enough, you own it anyway. So I'll get back to that in a bit. But going back to this picture, This guy is clearly not intending to buy all these movies. He's clearly just trying to take advantage of the fact that the machine isn't going to charge him. That is a different intent. I think that that's not quite right. And the reasoning is a little complicated. Let me show you. So there's this guy down here, this OK Recognition 6727. Now, everything he says here, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, I don't know. I think this is a reasonable, based on everything I've seen, I think this is a reasonable summary of all of the events that have transpired in the legal system regarding Redbox over the past couple months. He says, from what I've read, Chicken Soup for the Soul still owns the Redbox kiosks. Chicken Soup for the Soul couldn't make payments to creditors and employees. At the time of filing, they had $1 billion in debt. So, Chicken Soup for the Soul is the company who owns Redbox. They are the ones who filed for bankruptcy. Technically, Redbox didn't do that, but they're owned, so they're involved essentially. They, as in Chicken Soup for the Soul, filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The bankruptcy court changed the filing to Chapter 11. That was in July, and they were ordered to liquidate their assets. So, they own Redbox. That means it's their job to now get as much value out of Redbox as a company as they can by selling the DVDs or whatever. It could be anything, honestly. The reason they want to get the money is so that they can pay as much money as possible back to the people they owe money to. This person continues, a host of lawsuits by employees were filed, which has paused the liquidation of assets. That's where we are today. That whole situation, by the way, involving the employees and stuff, completely wild. Basically, they weren't getting paid. They weren't allowed to use their insurance. There was a whole host of things. So, but here's where we get into another issue, right? If they're not able to liquidate the assets, they can't get rid of the kiosks, they can't sell the movies or whatever. What are all the grocery stores and stuff supposed to do with these kiosks? They just sit there, they take up space. The space is money essentially, and they cost money because they take power to run, obviously. It's actually a really funny article. There's Media Play News. Big box retailers grapple with costs associated with abandoned Redbox kiosks. Walgreens in August filed a court motion seeking the right to remove kiosks bolted into concrete and reportedly weighing as much as 900 pounds each. And you guys wonder why I'm not going to go get one. Guys, even if I was able to find one that I could actually take and the business owner wouldn't be mad or whatever, how am I supposed to go? Sure, I'll just go casually lift up a 900-pound object and throw it in my Miata. Walgreens claimed that the DVD and Blu-ray disc dispensers have become a logistical and environmental eyesore, costing the pharmacy/convenience store $184,000 a month in electricity, powering 5,400 kiosks. This leads directly to the next point here. Big retailers went to the bankruptcy court and asked if they, not Redbox, could dispose of the kiosks. The bankruptcy judge has granted some of their requests, so I bet that's a little more of a complicated situation. I don't really want to go too far into it, but essentially, some of these companies are getting rid of kiosks, some are not allowed, apparently. I don't know. So I think that explains why, honestly, we're still seeing so many sitting around, because I think a lot of companies just don't want to deal with it. This part's pretty funny. Former employees have been selling the discs used for stocking the machines on eBay. And again, it's morally speaking, I can't really argue with them, because it's okay, you work for Redbox. They suddenly just stop paying you, and you're left with hundreds and hundreds of DVDs, sometimes thousands, depending on, what exactly you were doing. They continue, I think as of October 2024, Chicken Soup for the Soul still owns the machines, the movies inside of them, and all IP associated with the machines. I want to be very clear. We went to all the Redboxes, we put our credit card info in there willingly. And if that credit card info is stored there, liquidators come back later, find the info, and then charge our cards for all the movies we bought. Whatever, we bought all the movies, we get charged what we agreed to pay in the first place. The only situation that's a little more complicated, hold on, is this copy of Pirates of the Caribbean for Blu-ray that we specifically rented and wanted to not return in order to see if it would do anything for the machines. But there's an important bit of the terms of service. There's a specific part that says, if you don't return a rented movie, it is considered yours. They'll just charge you a fee. It ends up being $40-ish plus whatever the cost of the rental was. So worst case scenario, we owe $200-300 for getting a bunch of movies or whatever. It's probably wouldn't even be that bad. Anyway, getting back to this post by OK Recognition, earlier they told the bankruptcy court that they could not afford the cost of removing the kiosks. They as in Redbox. There were approximately 28,000 kiosks, and they said the cost to remove each one was $500. That's hilarious, by the way. The delay in liquidation opened a floodgate of crazy things happening to the kiosks. Some people are breaking into them with a crowbar. Some people have figured out that using an expired credit card and placing it on the card reader, they can empty the machines of all their movies. Some people got permission to remove the machines from local locations and take them home for personal use. So I just thought it was important important to go over that because I know when I say in these videos, oh, Redbox is bankrupt, but they're still around. It's interesting. I'm oversimplifying the situation. The core thing with Redbox is extremely complicated, as you can tell, and is an ongoing story that probably won't be resolved throughout the rest of the year. But anyway, let's keep scrolling through here on Reddit because I swear there's interesting things posted on here like every other second. The Redbox double unit in Kent is still going. There's 2 Redboxes in Kent. Look at these machines. These that one's got graffiti on it. That is a sorry state. Oh man. See, and then you have things like this, right? So far, I have saved 1,034 movies from Redbox kiosks. Oh, look at that. That's me. Who is this guy that has the OS backups? I want them. They posted a screenshot from our video. That's rad. Oh man, this will never not be sad. A Redbox getting hauled off. This is at Winco Foods in Utah, like 1 a.m. tonight. See, now look at this situation. This is 1 in the morning. It's just some dude's truck. Oh my gosh. Found a kiosk that had been broken into yesterday. Yeah, I guess someone just like took a crowbar to it, got in there and took all the movies. It is actually interesting seeing the inside of it. We talked about that a few weeks ago, but I don't know. That part's cool. Oh my gosh, here's that original video of the guy playing Doom on his kiosk. That's awesome. Love to see it. But all right, I could scroll through that subreddit all day. It's incredibly fascinating. The last thing I want to talk about with you guys today, I want to go over some of the comments I saw, some positive, some negative, just over the past 2 weeks, because I don't know, it's been a lot of comments. I gotta respond to some of them, because you guys had some good stuff to say. The death of physical media feels like the beginning of the end of individual ownership. You know, I'm kind of with you there. It really sucks. I will say, even with physical media, you know, Blu-rays, for example, there are a lot of protections built into these physical discs that make it so you can't technically rip the data off of it and keep it for yourself or whatever, like you are pretty much freely able to do with any other form, like a DVD or something. Even physical media itself isn't as owned as it used to be, which is a shame. I can make a full video on that though. Let me know if you want that. It's a whole in-depth topic I would love to get into. Let me know. And then moving on to the more recent Redbox video we made. I love this comment here. Should have interviewed the guy returning the Redbox movie, shaking my head and asked his thoughts. Honestly, we barely even caught it. Like we saw him behind us. We're just kind of walking away with our movies. We didn't really think about it until we realized, like, wait a minute. Like we had to do a double take. Like there's no way he's returning a movie, right? And it makes sense. You know, that guy's not alone. There has to be thousands of people like him still just engaging with their local Redbox like nothing's different at all. To end things here, I love this comment here. You're chilling with Jacob R from like Games Channel? Crazy, just finding your channel. Yes, we're just hanging out. Now, if you guys didn't know, Smokin related with the Jacob R channel. I actually I'm a video editor for that channel and I work on the videos here too. So I host one video every weekend. Jacob will usually host a video every weekend when he gets the chance. Anyways, I hope you guys subscribe and continue to watch the Redbox journey. It's a lot of fun making these videos, but I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. So it's been about a month since I discovered that there are some Redboxes in my area that still work here in 2024. So in this video, I figured I'd go check some of them out once again and see if they still work. So I began my journey by going back to the very same food line that we had started at a few times now. And if you remember, this food line, last time we checked it out, it was working, but the screen was like almost unusable. So at this point, I kind of expected that it was either going to be shut down, or if it did work, I would have to, like, I don't know, shine a flashlight on it or something. But you can see that when I open the sunscreen, it actually still works somehow. And I was able to do the whole order. I rented a movie, I went through the checkout process, it all went through just fine. This time around, I didn't play around with buying any of the movies, quote unquote. I just immediately returned it to the same machine. You can see though that they did add this little sign on top of the machine that says, "Attention customers, Redbox services at this kiosk have been discontinued. Thank you for your understanding." Now, interestingly enough, I mean, they put that sign there, but the machine still works. It wasn't like the sign was covering the screen or anything like that, so there was nothing preventing me from using the machine. I don't really know what the point of the sign really even was. But moving on, the next stop I went to was a Lowe's Foods. This is the same one that had that interesting sign on it that said, "Attention guests, at this time, Redbox services at this kiosk have been discontinued. Thank you for your understanding." So very similar to the Food Lion one. It's weird. It's like everyone got the same memo at the same time. Like, hey, shut down your Redboxes. It's just that some stores took a little longer to put their signs up for some reason. But if you don't remember, this is the one that when we peeled up the little cover, we actually could see that it was running Windows, like Windows 10. It was just on that Windows 10 start screen. You could see a little mouse under it. It wasn't working, but it was just on Windows. It was really strange. And when I checked it out this time, unfortunately, you could see that the screen was off. And yeah, I guess they unplugged it finally. Although you can kind of see that the credit card reader is still on, so that's odd. I don't know why that's working. Up next, I decided to hit up the Circle K. This is the one where that cop was just randomly there. We don't know what he was doing, but yeah, it ended up not being a big deal. We were a little worried there for a second, though. Now, last time we were here, this Redbox was looking bad. It was looking rough. I mean, it was clearly not on, not working. The credit card reader was off. The screen's off. It's all, yeah, rough shape. Honestly, it was looking so bad that I was expecting this Redbox kiosk to be just totally removed at this point. But when I came around, there it was, just hanging out. Still looking as awful as ever, still not working at all. Next on the list was the Walgreens, where we found our double kiosk from last time. Now, if you remember, this was actually amazing because not only did it have 2 kiosks for us to check out, they both worked just fine. They even had these like nice screens on them. This was like a really good experience all around. But you know, at the same time, it's been a month. The last couple videos I made on this topic, they did really well. And I was kind of thinking like, you know, if even just, I don't know, a dozen people saw my video I made before that live in kind of my area, you'd assume they would also hunt down those exact Redbox kiosks and take all the movies from them or whatever. So I was really surprised that when I walked up and lifted the cover, it seemed to work just fine and had plenty of stock still there. And this Redbox was like, I don't know, still pristine. I don't understand how it's possible at this point. And just like before, I placed the order, I rented a movie out, and then immediately returned it to the same machine. I didn't rent anything from it, but for good measure, I also checked the other kiosk, and sure enough, it was also still going strong. Now up next was a pretty important one in my opinion. This was the Food Lion where we discovered that some Redboxes had 4K Blu-rays. So I was really hoping when I, returned to this Food Lion, maybe someone would have returned a 4K Blu-ray by now. I know it's a slim chance, but I was still hopeful. Unfortunately, I was about to be super disappointed because when I walked up, you can see right here, there's a sign on the kiosk, just like the last Food Lion. It says the exact same thing. Attention customers, Redbox services have been discontinued, blah, blah, blah. The funniest part of this one is it had a rip on it. Like someone wrote RIP, rest in peace. Rest in peace indeed, because the machine, it was not on, it was not working. Truly a shame. I was really sad about this one. Now up next was another big one. This was the Food Lion where we rented a movie, it all went fine. It was a relatively decent experience. It was a solid kiosk. Now the really crazy part about this Food Lion, if you don't remember, is that we discovered a guy right after we had done our whole buying, renting movies, whatever we were doing at this Redbox, we discovered a guy was gonna return the movies he had rented before or something. Like he just looked like he was a casual Redbox customer, just doing his normal week in, week out kind of thing with his movies. So when I pulled up on this one, I don't know, there's basically no chance I was gonna run into this guy again. But yeah, no, you just never know. I was really hopeful here. Unfortunately, as I walked up, I saw another dreaded sign. Same thing as before, it says attention customers, blah, 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 discontinued. However, I did see the screen was on and it looked like it could work just fine, but I tapped my finger a few times and waited for a little while and it seemed like the screen just wasn't responsive anymore. That might have been why they put the sign up. Another big disappointment there. Now up next, I actually hit up a Food Lion that we had not gone to last time. We just missed this one on our route. And sure enough, I'm pulling up and you can see right there's the Redbox. Even more surprisingly, as I walk up, you can see not only is there no sign on this Redbox saying that it's discontinued, it seems to be running just fine. And I tapped around and, oh no, we got another dead screen. Or do we? Look at that. There it goes. It just took a second. It was waking up from its long slumber. And sure enough, it worked just fine and served me up my movie. I was amazed. I thought for sure we had another dead kiosk here. And just like before, I rented a movie and then immediately returned it. I decided to go to that Lowe's Foods next. The one that had that shifty employee in the corner who really looked like she was going to tell us to please leave after we used their Redbox kiosk that clearly had a sign on it not to use it. So this time I knew I had to be a little more sneaky about this, right? So I actually put on a little bit of a disguise and I walked up in there and then I don't think they recognized me. If they did, I don't know what would have happened to me, to be honest. I don't know if I'd be around to record this video right now. And sure enough, the sign was still there, but the machine was still functional. And just like all the other times on this journey, I rented a movie, got the disc out, it worked just fine, and then I immediately returned it. Now from this point in the day forward, you'll see that it started to rain, the sky's looking pretty cloudy, pretty rough. I should have taken this as a sign because things were about to get pretty dire. I hit up the tried and true Food Lion next. Now this one is not one that we tried before, so I was hopeful that it might work out okay. But as I walked up on the kiosk, I could clearly see that the dust-infested screen was no longer on and no longer functioning. No sign though, which is weird. So I hit up the last Food Lion in my immediate area anyway that seemed to have a Redbox at some point. But as I drove around the building, I did not see one outside, unfortunately. So all right, that was a little disappointing. I was not happy with that one, but it's all right. I went up to a Walgreens next, and you know, Walgreens, pretty good success rate so far, I gotta say. And as I walked up to the machine, oh, I was so hurt here. I was so sad. I started poking the screen, just hopeful for something to happen, but yeah, this one was dead, unfortunately. But that's okay, not all the Walgreens can be winners, right? I figured I'd try my luck again. I saw there was another Walgreens within like 10 minutes of me. I went to that one next, and sure enough, as you can see, there was a Redbox kiosk waiting for me. As I walked up, though, you could see there was some wonderful graffiti on the side. Just incredible. And I lifted the sunscreen, and oh, man. Things were not looking good for Walgreens at this point. I don't know what was going on. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We'll go to the Food Lion next. We gotta go back to that. That seems to be working out, kinda, so far. Now this one was really strange. As I pulled around, you can see there was someone guarding the kiosk. I don't know what they were doing. They were waiting on me to arrive. They saw me hitting up all the other red boxes in the area. They knew something suspicious was going on. So they were on the prowl. So I had to hide in my car for a little bit, but eventually she did walk away and I was able to investigate this Redbox too. I did see as I walked up, there was another sign on this one. This is just, it's never good when you see these. And as I lifted the sunscreen, another dead kiosk. I did have one last trick up my sleeve for today though. I decided I would hit up a Walmart next. Now, if you don't remember, Walmart was actually the first working kiosk we found in this whole Redbox series of ours. And last time around, at this exact same Walmart, we were able to find a kiosk with like a piece of paper over it. It said it didn't work, but it did work. We had to be kind of sneaky about it because employees were kind of giving us an eye like we shouldn't be here, but we made it through. We were able to rent a movie just fine. So I was hopeful as I walked in, but as you can see, not only was the kiosk not working, it was no longer there at all. It seems broadly that Walmart has removed most of their kiosks at this point, which is so sad. And to continue off that point a little bit, I took a look here at the Redbox subreddit, and people seem to be having much more of an issue finding working kiosks now as opposed to a month ago. Yeah, I mean, here's one for example, but there's countless images or videos and all kinds of posts of people just basically saying the same thing. Finding a working Redbox kiosk is getting exponentially harder already, and it's only been a month. So what does all this mean? Well, honestly, I was hoping to find more working ones still. I was kind of disheartened by the whole thing. I checked out, I don't know, maybe 8 of the kiosks altogether that we had checked out before, but that we knew like worked and stuff. Of that, like 3 of them worked. That's crazy. And then on top of that, I didn't even go to the ones that like, we checked out last time and the machines were already dead or whatever. I checked out a few of those, but I skipped quite a few of those ones. And then of the new places I checked out, ones we didn't look at before, I found 1 working kiosk, 1. So all in all, it's seeming like the beginning or the end of the end, where like, if you're not gonna go buy your movies now or, try to rent a movie for the last time and make sure you return it, I don't think you're gonna have much of a chance, honestly. If this trend continues the way it has been, I would say that by the end of the year, you will be very, very, very lucky to find a single working Redbox in your area. Now, I have to say this every time because people seem to not understand something, like, because of complicated legal reasons, you should not just go steal movies. That is still not okay. You can see I rented and then returned immediately every single movie. So like, even if they're not charging you, just please make sure to return the movies. And if you're gonna buy them and you want to keep them, make sure you hit the buy option. Just buy them. And please do not be like some insane people and just steal the entire kiosk or break the kiosk open. The fact I have to say that is absurd, but please don't do that. But guys, let me know down in the comments if you guys happen to find any Redbox kiosks still working in your area. I don't know, there's not many left where I am. Either way, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
I bought a ton of Blockbuster DVDs and VHS tapes, and in this video, we're gonna unbox them, check them out, and just relive some nostalgia. Oh boy, dude. Ooh, I'm already feeling the nostalgic wave here. Let me just go ahead and pull out a few of these DVDs, and the first thing I notice is, dude, that texture. Oh man, you guys know what I'm talking about. The DVD texture on Blockbuster DVDs, it's just a texture I've never felt since. Let's go ahead and pull all of these out, and then we'll take a closer look at what we got here. So honestly, no idea what exactly is in here, but we're gonna go through them one by one and just check them out, and we'll start here with a Mark Wahlberg film called Shooter, which I've never heard of, but it looks like it's from 2007. You can even see the real date here with the Blockbuster barcode and everything. So yeah, from summer of 07, and you can see, does it have a price anywhere? No, so I guess this was a rental DVD. Yo, what is this? Oh, what? Yo, no way, dude. Online renting without the wait. Select movies, receive by mail, mail back, exchange in store, and enjoy. Dude, this is a relic right here because just like, Man, oh, they even got the promo code DVD1. Honestly, I wish somebody still had this kind of thing because the whole online-only digital stuff has gotten pretty annoying. But let's go ahead and just take a look at this disc here and see how it looks. And wow, it's got some like weird smudge mark, but it's not really a smudge. I don't know. Honestly, it looks pretty good for a rental DVD. I would expect it to be really scratched up. But next up, we got the Terminator 3. Nice. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's see. What is a Schwarzenegger accent? Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't do it. Does that say $3.99? I can't tell what that says. And Blockbuster Incorporated, 2004, dude, $12.99. So it looks like they were actually selling this DVD. And it's got the same feeling here. And then it looks like we have two discs in here. So you've got the widescreen over here and the special features over here. And checking out the disc, like, wow, that's not bad. It's some fingerprints and stuff. And honestly, I'm surprised at the condition of these two DVDs so far. This one looks good as well. Next up, we got The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio in it, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg. Whoa, holy crap, that's a loaded movie. I don't think I've ever seen this one, but from 2007 again here. Got the same kind of Blockbuster sticker as the other one did here. And then you can see it has a previewed sticker, $14.99. What is previewed? I've never heard that term before, but I guess that's their term for used or pre-owned, that sort of thing. We got another one of these little pamphlets in here. Of course, got the embossed Blockbuster inside of the DVD case here. And yeah, disc looks pretty solid. Again, better than I thought it would be. And guys, we got some DVDs here, but we got even better ones in there. Later on, we got VHSs to go through and talk about nostalgia. We'll get into that in a little bit. But next up, we got this Syriana here. $12.99 previewed. This one's from 2006. And inside the case, there's no pamphlet, but we do have the disc, of course. And again, looks pretty dang good. And next up, we got V for Vendetta, and we got a sticker from 2006, September, $13 previewed here as well. And open this bad boy up. Ooh, we got another little pamphlet. This one's a little bit different. We got Rent Online, We Deliver. Sign up today, start your free trial. And this one only says 55,000 titles, whereas the other one says 70,000. So they must have really ramped up the production. Plus, one free in-store rental a week. Next up, we got Will Smith is Hitch. This is from 05. Okay, so we're going back a little bit. We got a few, we got multiple previewed stickers here. I actually wonder if I can peel off this one to see what the price was before it was $10. I'm gonna destroy that. Let's just leave that alone. And disc looks pretty good. I got a stack here. Watch this. Watch this. Never mind, that was stupid. Next up, we got Alexander Director's Cut, and this one's got a even different feel than the other ones. So these are like, they all have the texture, the Blockbuster texture, but this one's got like a Blockbuster texture times 2. I'm not sure why, but again, previewed here, $13 from 2005, and popping it open, we got the disc. Oh wait, we're missing a disc. We got disc 1 for widescreen. There's no other disc in here, so I guess there was maybe a special features disc or something that's missing. Next up, we got 300, nice, from 2007, $15, widescreen edition. I love how that was just like a advertised feature on all these DVDs. Then we got a couple pamphlets in here. Ooh, okay. Oh, yo, it's a Papa John's? That's dope. All right, so we got this text summer 07 to 4 Papa. And you can, no way, showing the flip phone that says text your way to great rewards with a little winky face. This is crazy. Expires 9/30/2007. Original thin crust pan pizza. I even got the sponsor from Live Nation and Universal Orlando. And we also have a Blockbuster pamphlet here that says this movie could have been free. Try Blockbuster Total Access for free, unlimited online movie rentals. So these are just more pamphlets to, of course, advertise their whole online thing, which was competing with Redbox. And we all know what happened to Redbox recently. If you have not seen that, go ahead and check the video. I'll put a link on the screen because Redbox, the whole Redbox situation is pretty crazy. So guys, just a little correction here. Blockbuster Total Access actually competed with Netflix and their mail-in service. As you can see, basically pick out a movie online, mails it to you, you mail it back. So same thing that Netflix used to do. And then Blockbuster Express is another thing that I was thinking about that actually competed with Redbox, and it's essentially the same thing as a Redbox kiosk here, but from, this is back in like 2010 maybe. So yeah, there is a difference there. But let's go ahead and check out this next one. Transporter 2 from 2006, $10, and the disc is, oh, is this a double-sided disc? It is. Nice, dude. You guys remember these? I remember the first time I saw this as a kid, I was so confused. I was like, why are there 2 silver sides to this disc and there's no cover art? Next up, we got the Sentinel 2006. And no pamphlet or anything. And by the way, guys, I will be testing out these DVDs and VHSs later in the video. But right now, we're just kind of going through everything. And of course, we got Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington Out of Time, $10. No Blockbuster. Oh, it's so old, it's got the Blockbuster sticker in the back. And hold on, is that? What I was trying to do is go to the back and see if this is like a sticker on the cover art or if it's it's a sticker. So it's kind of like GameStop style where they throw a sticker on the cover art itself, which is kind of disappointing. Not a big deal for DVDs because like who is collecting this? Maybe somebody is, but looks like it was $10 out of, wait, hold on. Did they just type in the name of the movie wrong there? Or was it actually out of order? And like, was this DVD out of order? That doesn't make any sense, but it says out of time there and it says out of order there. That's interesting. All right. All right, next up we got Closer. This is from 2006. And dude, why are these boobies just falling out? And this one, oh, only $8. Nice. Now here we got Righteous Kill, $10. from 2000. Ooh, 2009. Wow, wow. That's kind of another one that just popped out of the case. But 2009, that's kind of recent for a blockbuster movie, right? Now here we got Brokeback Mountain, and we got a 2-day rental sticker. So we're getting new here, not a previewed sticker. It's rated R, 2006. Let's go ahead and see what's inside. Dude, another disc that popped out. What in the world? Now next up here we got Deja Vu with Denzel Washington. Hot new release back in 2007, PG-13, act/action. And then opening it up, the disc is also out. Dude, what? Why? How is this happening so many DVDs? But next up we got Josh Hartnett, Wicker Park, $8. Looks like it's an old, wait, there's no Blockbuster sticker at all. That's strange, but the disc is out again, and it is a Blockbuster case, so I'm not sure what happened to the sticker. Then last DVD here is another copy of Alexander, 2006, $10. No pamphlet here. But all right, guys, let's go and put this to the side. Next up, before we get to the VHSs, I actually have a couple more little secret Blockbuster things. So let's open this up real quick. All right, so for this one, I bought a couple loose movies, and oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. We got Pimp My Ride, the complete first season disc. You even got this little sleeve. Nice. Oh, this is from their mail-in stuff. So they basically mail this to you, and it says, oops, you received the wrong DVD or DVD won't play, contact us. And yeah, it says, thank you for returning your DVD by mail and not to the store. So these go by mail. Wow, what a disc. That's some nice cover art. Actually, it looks pretty clean as well. And I think they included some extra ones, because I'm pretty sure I only bought 2 here. But all right, we got Family Guy, Volume 4, Season 4, with actually slightly different text. So you can kind of see the evolution over time of their texts changing, which is just interesting. And then pulling it out here, you can see Family Guy. He's got the disc covering his body. Nice. And next up, looks like we have the same exact thing. And by the way, all these sleeves here say 2004, so I'd imagine they're from approximately that era. But guys, let's go ahead and get into the VHSs here, because I'm excited for these. I'm excited for this nostalgia. Let's see what's inside. I'm gonna be honest, I have like zero recollection of ever renting a VHS from Blockbuster, because I was so young at that point that my parents were probably renting it, and I just like didn't remember it. I very well remember DVDs and like renting Game Boy Color games from Blockbuster. That was a real thing. I go to the store, rent a Game Boy Color game, on the way home, have the game under the light in the car, like playing the game, or by streetlights actually. It wasn't even the light in the car, it was the streetlights. Trying to play the game. Good stuff, man. Now these here are from Texas. I don't know if that's like the official address, like the corporate address for Blockbuster, or if that was where these came from. But you can see February 26th, 1997, radio flyer. Let's pop this sucker open, and yep, we got a VHS here. Just to remind, please rewind. Thanks. The end. Blockbuster video. Wow, what a difference. I haven't had to rewind a video in 20 years for obvious reasons, but that's so cool to see. Oh wait, the back has some stuff too. Nice, featuring Tom Hanks, Lorraine Bracco. Also recommend. Oh wait, this is cool. So it's got also recommended movies. So Stand by Me and Desert Bloom. That's actually 6. So this is obviously before people are scouring the internet 24/7, where you can find recommendations very easily. This is from a time where you had to actually talk to the person at the store and be like, hey, I like this movie. What movie should I rent? Or you can look at the back of the VHS case and see like, oh, I should rent those movies. It's even got some viewing hints here. If the picture rolls or has a lot of interference, adjust the tracking device on your VCR. And then do not leave this cassette in a hot place like glove box or car seat. Always view at room temperature at 50 above 50, below 85 to prevent damage. Cool. Do not open the cassette's plastic shell or touch the tape itself. And tapes must be returned to the location rented. Next up, we got 55 Days at
Peking.
It looks like this movie is probably rented somewhere around 1997, but the movie itself is from 1963, as you can see down here, and it's got like a little bit of a misprint printed into the color here. And then this is cool. It's got a last film for cult director Ray, whose other works include Rebel Without a Cause and Johnny Guitar, so you can kind of same thing, recommendations here. And opening this bad boy up, ooh, that does not look great. It's got some, I don't know, what is that, water damage or heat damage or something there. And then at the bottom, you got a little barcode, but honestly not in horrible condition. I know a lot of VHSs get like mold and stuff over time, so that looks better than mold. Now, this one is Silence Like Glass, same kind of texture and everything. Looking at the back, looks like the movie itself is from like 1996. Otherwise, looks about the same. Let's go ahead and pop this sucker open though, and this one's in nice condition. Got the same, to play is human, to rewind is divine. Wait, hold on. Did the last one have a different saying? Oh yeah, it did. It said, be a friend, rewind when you reach the end. Next up here, we got Rich in Love. The back looks about the same. They actually printed it correctly, so you can see 1993, 105 minutes. And then this one, oh, not bad. Looks pretty good. To play is human, to rewind is divine. It's got like a little warranty seal here where it says, warning, if this label is broken, you must purchase this video. So that makes sense. I'm not sure how enforceable that is or if they enforce that at all, but it's there. And then last but not least, we got Ethan Frome. I don't know, man. From 1992. Then opening it up, it looks, yeah, this one looks pretty good. I wonder if they rewound it, but we got just to remind, please rewind, thanks, the end. But all right, guys, good stuff. Let's go ahead and plug some of these in and just see if they work. So guys, I've acquired a DVD player, aka a PS2, and I also have a VCR player from my parents' house that they haven't used in like 15 years, so hopefully it works. But let's go ahead and start with the PS2 here. We'll throw in a few DVDs just to make sure they work, and I feel like a PS2 is appropriate for blockbuster movies, so let's try it. We'll start with Brokeback Mountain here and just toss it in the PS2 and see if it reads up. What? Okay, so I booting this up and it says the parental level of the player has been set. Press yes to continue. Oh, okay, so this... sure. Wait a second. I've never seen this on a PS2 before. This has parental controls on this PS2. What? I did not know this is a thing. Ah, great. Oh, yes, it was 1111. Let's go. All right, well, the movie's booting up, so it does work. Let's go ahead and try out another one. Now, I'm looking through these DVDs, and just most of them look really good, so I'm not really worried about any of them not working, except for maybe this one. It's got a little bit of a, not on top of smudging, it's got some, like, some sort of defect on the disc. So I'm going to just go in and the front of this thing gets me every time. Let's go ahead and throw it in and see if it reads up. Yeesh, it does work. Cool. We got the parental control thing again. Kidding me? All right, well, the disc is working, so let's go ahead and pop this sucker open, take it out, and let's go ahead and plug in the VCR and see if we can read up some VHS tapes. Dude, I cannot remember the last time I used one of these. This is pretty nostalgic. Let's see if it turns on. All right, we'll try out Rich in Love here. I think this one looks fine. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's pop it in and hopefully it works. Okay, wait, no, no, oh no. Well, goodbye movie, goodbye VCR. That's tragic. I don't know enough about VCRs to fix that right now. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was a trip down memory lane. Let me know down below what you think about Blockbuster. Do you think they should make a comeback? But guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
So that'll do it for the entire Redbox saga. Thank you for watching and making it this far. If you did, comment down below. Blockbuster drools, Redbox rules. What? But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.